Hola, hola, muy buenas tardes. ¿Cómo se encuentra el día de hoy? Vamos a continuar con el MSQ de Shadowbringers. I have spoken with the carriers. Thank you. You are doing it. It means a lot to them, to me. Sorry to interrupt. We realized we hadn't thanked you for rescuing Halric. You weren't hurt at all, were you? Hurt? There was even a fight. I was too late, too slow, and I thought I could protect you. You can't blame yourself for things beyond your control. You brought Halric back safe and sound. No one could have done any more. I'm sorry, but I have come to a decision. I won't be continuing my role here. I hope you will forgive me for leaving you, and that you will delay Halric's last meal for as long as you possibly can. Not only it's too late, of course. Just give him what time you can. We always do. Of course, she will have done the same. Well, Halric, keep Telsen's words close to your heart. Wait, you are living in this very moment? I understand how much you feel, but surely this is a bit hasty. Do you even have anywhere to go? I have a destination in mind. Yes, and a purpose. This damn light blowing with us seas. This is the reason we can't save those corrupted by the eaters. But what if we corrected the balance? Even if it were only little by little, even if it took years, it will certainly make things better. Now, hold on there. Everyone knows there's too much light, but how could you ever hope to get rid of it? You'd have to change the whole world. That's right. We should return to the Crystarium. I may not be able to repel the eaters on my own, but I can still use the skills I had gained here to hurt them. Forgive me, Jengo. I couldn't stay there a moment longer. But I was serious about what I said. While the men and women at the inn battle against this blight with kindness, I must fight on my own way, with steel. Is Alice saying? Is there anything I can get you? Your sister's Amaro. I need to return to the Crystalium immediately. Ah, as you wish. Remind me to wear goggles if we ever fly over an arena again. I have barely gotten the sun out of my eyes. But the wind did help to clear my head at least. I think I'm ready to meet with the Exarch. We need to talk about how we are going to wipe the Sin Eaters out. Shall we? Thank you for seeking me out, Jengo. It means a lot to have you there at my side. And looking at Alfino, I said he's eager to begin with this discussion as I am. I said we lay the experiences before the Exarch, and keep back to see what kind of picture they make. Then we can decide where to go from there. Whenever I come to the Crystalium, the Sansos Amare seem a world away, and yet they both lie under the same crunched sky.
And so you return. Have you gained a better understanding of the crisis now faced by the First?
Better is not the word I would use. Some lands may have been spared the flood, but the survivors live only to suffer. There seems no end to the horrors inflicted by the Sin Eaters.
Indeed. Those abominations are a calamity in their own right. And I can well imagine how hopeless the task of eradicating them must seem to you. But after countless battles and untold sacrifice, we have identified a potential weakness. Sin Eaters are drawn to serve the strongest of their kind, a class of creature we call Light Wardens. And from what we have been able to ascertain, only a handful of these entities exist. Just as an ant colony will perish in the absence of its queen, we believe that the death of a Light Warden will cause the lesser creatures within its sphere of influence to disperse.
I have a feeling Yulmore might have something to say about any concerted action we take against these monsters. Vorthra's command over the Sin Eaters is integral to Yulmoran society. In seeming to guarantee his people's safety, it guarantees their obedience. He will not take kindly to us depriving him of such useful allies.
Agreed. Thus we will need to occupy or otherwise divert his forces whilst we proceed with the business of eliminating the Wardens. Until we have done so, all other considerations must be set aside if we are to forestall the 8th Umbral Calamity.
Are you sure that inventing the Wardens will be enough?
Your uncertainty is understandable, given the circumstances. Perhaps a more detailed explanation is in order. To begin at the beginning, then. In the ancient past, a single star was divided into 14 worlds. This is the source, your home. These others are the 13 shards, in whose number we find the first. Though physically separate, they retain a connection to each other, and with the source especially. Now, let us assume that a given element in one of the shards attains abnormal ascendancy. Just as water will flow from the highest point to the lowest, the excess energy will begin trickling into the source. And such an influx of ether will of course exert a palpable influence. If the element in question were fire, then drought and wildfires might ensue. If it were ice, one might expect the weather to turn bitterly cold. As ether continues to pour in, such phenomena will become more and more extreme, until eventually, a single, untimely event triggers a disaster which cracks the barrier dividing the two worlds. What was once a trickle now becomes a deluge, sweeping the shard along to be rejoined with the source. At the same time, the element which held sway in the shard is unleashed in full, its energies amplifying the original disaster to truly catastrophic proportions. An earthquake thus magnified might strike with enough force to shatter continents. A tidal wave might swell to a size capable of drowning entire nations. These devastating events are what we refer to as umbral calamities. 7 times has a calamity befallen the source. 7 times has a shard been absorbed. At present, the light-drowned realm of the First stands perilously close to meeting the conditions for a rejoining. It is the Sin Eaters who are to blame for the Light's continued dominance. In addition to attracting their lesser kin, the Light Wardens I mentioned earlier radiate ether, saturating every corner of their territory with light. Even here in the flood-spared region of Northrant, their influence is strong enough to banish night from the sky. Thus, if we are to restore balance to the First and head off a potential calamity, it is imperative that we put each and every Light Warden to the sword.
We've been doing our best to take the fight to the enemy ever since we first heard the Exarch's explanation.
Though we have yet to claim any meaningful victories if truth be told. Apart from being confoundingly elusive, the Light Wardens possess a troublesome quality which compelled us to delay our plans until such time as you arrived.
Forgive the interruption, my lord, but Hallminster Switch is requesting reinforcements. They say the Sin Eaters are attacking in force, and the village could soon be overrun.
Alert the guard. We should be prepared in case the fighting reaches the Crystarium. You have command of our forces in the field, Captain, but hold off on entering the town until I arrive. That goes for Alphino and Alize as well.
My lord.
Pray, lend us your strength. Such a fight will provide you with far greater insight than any explanation I could offer.
Mr. Switch is in the north of Lakeland, so we had best make haste with our preparations. In fact, meet us at the Crystarium at the crossroads no west of the Ascension's Gate, and I shall lead you there myself. Okay. Also, if we follow these roads north, we will arrive at the northern staging point. The village itself is not far beyond. Quickly now. Vamos por la carita que está aquí cerca. Um, Holminster's switch is past these gates and through the woods. This is not exactly a near neighbor to the Crystalium, but as we occupy the same region, we have built up something of a cooperative relationship. What can we expect inside, Captain? The town is battered by the sun, unlike any we have seen in the recent years. We did our best to evacuate the villagers, but as many as has remained. Judging by the number of eaters present, we have good reason to believe that Allied Warden leads the attack. How convenient! It seems we will have our chance to slay a warden sooner than we expected. One does not simply slay a warden. Has no one told you what happens if you defeat one of these fiends? They hold more light inside them than all the underlings put together. It can be struck down, aye, but its essence won't dissipate like the weaker kind, while ether will billow outwards and envelop the nearest living being, a reckless young swordsman perhaps, and turn her into a brand new warden. Ah, well, you can leave that particular quadrant to us. I must ask the guard to stand down and allow us to engage the leader of eaters alone. Concentrate on the survivors. We must save energy. We must save every life we can. But what if... Understood, my lord. As captain of the guard, however, I will not watch you brave such danger without an escort from our ranks. I insist that I go with you. Very well. Then our warden and slaying party shall include myself, the Leveliers, Captain Nina, and last but not least, a formidable group indeed. Into Holminster we go. Once we reach the Lake Warden, do not hold back. We strike to kill. Ahora sí que está bien iluminado este lugar. Holminster Switch. Creo que se entretuvo haciendo DPS. No he activado esta madre. Como no estaba desprevenido. que llegue otro. Ah, rayos, me quedo con un golpe. ¿Así llegaba? Ding. Okay. Lilia. Oh, vaya. Contaba con tocar con
It's releasing its ether! Fall back! We cannot let it touch us! Quickly, my lord, we must withdraw!
That will not be necessary, Captain. Though I appreciate your concern. The eternal light of these creatures has confounded us for nigh on 100 years. For each we have put down, another has risen up in its place, born of the self-same ether relinquished by its predecessor. But now we have a way to contain that corruption. The blessing of light, and the hero who wields it now stands before you. Behold, the monster's power is broken, and the world, twisted by its touch, returns to its rightful form.
It's so beautiful. The Summer The warrior of darkness has come.
Is that what I think it is?
The night sky, as it should be.
Who are you people? You killed a warden, then bathed in its ether as if it were a spring shower, and now the sky? The legends are true. My lord?
How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one possessed of her blessing. For you. You have vanquished the Light Warden of Lakeland, and for the first time in a century, darkness has returned to the mantle of night. Without the ever-present light to sustain them, the Sin Eaters will have no choice but to retreat. Yet our victory is far from complete. Though darkness has fallen here, the other wardens yet bask beneath burning skies, feasting upon what little life remains. Even should it cost me all I have, I would see each and every one of them slain, that this world might be spared from oblivion. Not only for the first, but for the source as well. Save one, and we save the other. But, be that as it may, I concede it was wrong of me to summon you to this fight against your will. I swear, on my life, I will one day atone for that deed, but for the present, I beg you stay and see this fight to its conclusion. Cast down the wardens and restore darkness to the first.
I will become the water you need.
On behalf of the first, I offer you my deepest thanks.
I understand there is much at stake here, Exile, but why do you risk yourself so readily? It must have been a dangerous drain on your ether to summon even one person across the rift.
I do it for my people, of course. To give the Crystarium the tomorrow it deserves.
That is true now, yes, but the city had yet to be built when you first called forth the Crystal Tower. I'm simply curious to know what prompted you to commit yourself so completely to this particular course.
Pronto lo sabrás.
There are things which we can ill afford to lose. And I sensed from the first that I had a part to play in preserving them. Forgive me. I fear the events of the day may have taken their toll. Despite appearances, I am an old man. One burdened with many difficult memories, some too painful to recall.
Well then, I'm sorry for pressing you. It's a family failing, I'm afraid.
One which has served us well more often than not. Needless to say, we will continue to fight at your side until the last Sin Eater is defeated.
Come then, my warriors of darkness. Let us gather the surviving villages and make our way back to the Crystarium.
How quickly you have justified my faith in you. So many lives saved, and the sky itself heralds your success. A single victory in a larger struggle, perhaps, but a momentous nonetheless. Now, as for how we proceed from here, the villagers have evacuated Iler have arrived safely in the Crystarium. They seem to be accepting their situation for the moment. Most folk are far too distracted by the sky to worry about one's or lost homes. They whisper and wonder if the war of darkness has come. This to be expected. Jengo, I must ask a favor of you. Would you be so kind to ask consider your involvement in this endeavor for the time being? Seeing the line received from Lake Land is a momentous occasion, and many will be swept in a maelstrom of excitement and confusion. So you come forth as the the legendary Warrior of Darkness, I fear that no matter how good your intentions, such an appearance would throw the city into disarray. I find myself in agreement with the Ex-Arch, although my concerns are more focused on Eulmore. It may be best if you maintain a low profile until we see how Bautri responds to all of this. My thanks. So we cannot freely celebrate your success, but I allow your heart to be bowed by the joy of our citizens, a joy you surely brought into being. I must ask the same discretion of you, Captain. It is my intention to share with our people the tale of a great warrior who stood in defiance of the Sin Eaters. This unnamed champion defeated the Light Warden and has since departed for parts unknown, yes? As you wish, my lord. Your penchant for mystery is nothing new, and I will encourage folk not to question this eater. I thought I expect to be told whole truth of it one day. About all of you. With that settled, I shall return to the Crystarium and make an address to the people. These explanations and adjustments will continue much of my time. Will consume much of my time, so I pray take the opportunity to rest and recover from the exploits, and to think you'll not even need to shutter the windows to enjoy dark and peaceful nights asleep. I must stay behind and coordinate the evacuation of the remaining survivors. And I hesitate to ask, after all you have done here today, but could I ask you to pass a message on your way to the pendant? Please let Bragi know that we are bringing in a number of injured, and that any restoratives in the markets need to be reserved for the infirmary. We should start making our own way back to the Crystarium, slowly, mind you. It wouldn't do to arrive too soon after the search. I stay behind as well. There's something I need to check on Holminster. We already went through the village top to bottom, they said. We should all take the chance to rest, included. I knew one of those Sin Eaters, and I can use a rest for now. Exacto. So please, I wish to be left alone for a while, and that means you as well, Jengo. I shall cross if you try to follow me. I promise to find you later, when I feel myself again. Just you and me then, shall we? Well, the Crusader seems relatively ordered, wouldn't you say? The rest of your speech must have been reassuring to you. On the contrary, there is something jubilant in the air. I have a feeling this night won't be quite as peaceful as our hooded predicted. I think I shall take a brief stroll around town before retiring to my chambers. Once you have recharged your duty to bragging, I suggest you do the same. Sleep well, Jengo. I hope untroubled dreams find you and Elisa both. Me pregunto sobre un diálogo acá, Ah, mira. Vamos a tener que hablar con Brian. Have you seen the night sky? Truly look at it, all in all its majesty. I had read of it, of course, but could never have imagined such a splendor. I thought you are here to listen me carry on, however. Can I tell you anything? No más quería ver aquí. Hi, what can I do for you? Looking to buy a lantern, like every other person in the city? I see. Well, Captain Lina can rest assured that any person I spoke coming in will be set aside for the wounded. Hang on a moment. You're carrying a message for the guard. Does that mean you were there then? The battle at Homestead? A stalwart lad like you might want to pay a visit to the one when the stairs. Make himself known. I'm sure Linar can introduce you to some interesting opportunities. Ciela. Welcome to our home, away from home with the slaves. While we serve and visit aid, you find this side of the study, courtesy of the basic of flourishing, of course. Ciela, more beer for table 2, and a couple of pins of meat for table 3 when you are ready. Coming right up. Sorry, we have rushed off our feet today, sir. Can I get you anything? Drinks are on the house. Oh, that Braggy has a twisted sense of humor. To think he's saying you to me at a time like this. The first real night in near 100 years has fallen already long and then some. What's more, there was that either business at Homestead Switch, they say, a light warden was destroyed without a darn trace, and it was a warrior of darkness who did the deed. I really must apologize for Linar. He's been almost as rude as our customers, and that's not a small feat. A lot of our regulars are bounty hunters, you see. They mostly go after eaters, and the rumor of the warrior's appearance has sparked to their kindling. You know how the weak eaters are drawn to the strong ones, right? Aye, these sound like angry bees around a queen. You need look no further than Holminster for proof of that. But attacks on that scale don't happen every day. Raise the blessed shadow. No, the more common trees are the strays. No one knows why, but every now and again an eater will leave the pack to prowl alone. Those are the ones you run on the road if your luck is foul. They are danger to everyone, so the settlement council puts bounties on their heads, and our bar here is a convenient place for hunters to gather and share information. Since a few of them were inspired by the warden slaying even more than most, these are the types who have their sights set on the absolute worst of the strays, a class of eaters that have been dubbed the cardinal virtues. The virtues showed up out of nowhere about 3 summers ago, and then historians heard the description given by survivors. Well, apparently, they share the appearance of the villains who caused the flood. And if that doesn't send a chill on your spine, they are also reported to be as tough as the Light Wardens, not the kind of threat you can take down single-handed. But virtue hunters have almost given up, but knowing the Warrior of Darkness is out there has lit a fire in their bellies. Just look at them. That hunter over there with the one with the oversized sword is grandson. He is in for revenge, wants to recruit a comrade in arms as tenacious as he is. The minstrel lad is Luric. Don't be fooled by those duty chicks. He is as hard hunter as they come. He just lost a partner and seems to be on one lookout for one. That's great. Word is he seeks an expert in magecraft to help fight the virtue after he is after. Last we have Gyot, dwarf and drunk catpo. Wanted to join forces with a healer, and only a healer. Something about needing a mentor's wisdom. I have seen my share of competent veterans, and you have the look about you. Maybe you should introduce yourself to one of our hunters. Who knows? Together you might even collect a bounty on the cardinal virtue. Now there's a grand idea. Imagine the British my bar would earn if we boasted the patronage of a successful virtue hunter. Creo que después puedo hablar con Grandson. Welcome back, sir. I wonder if anyone can just live in the city with such a roar. Are you really referring to your quarters? See. Very good, in light ahem. Of the present situation, I have an illumination prepared for all rooms. No need to rush to the market for lanterns or candles. Have a pleasant rest, sir.
So it's your lot's turn to be the warriors of dark.
Watching, have you?
Well, I did warn you. I followed you to Yulmore and then on to Amarang. And I was there when you slew the Light Warden. Those white-haired twins who were with you. I remember them from our battle in the Source. Are they your friends then? Through thick and thin? Aye. Then I suggest you keep them close. It's when you charge ahead trying to save someone else that you end up losing those you love. Well, not that you need telling, I'll bet you've lost plenty. But I wonder, what will it cost you this time? I don't remember when it was that I learned regret wasn't worth the bother. You get numb to it all over the years. The lost comrades, the broken promises, the abandoned principles. And just more nagging burdens to ignore.
So this is what the light was hiding.
Minfilia.
He's here. I must go to him.
Igual inside the Magitech facility in the source.
Intruders! Fan out and find them! Out of my way!
Ouch.
Stay your weapon. We are not your enemy.
Gaius.
When the alarm sounded, I wondered what we had done to betray our presence. But I see now we are not the only intruders. Sir Estinian, I presume. The dragoon who plucked the warrior of light from the jaws of death. Your armor is most distinct.
Much as yours once was. But even without it, I see a former legator still has eyes and ears in unexpected places. Van Baelsar, in the flesh. Though I understand you prefer Shadow Hunter.
You are in contact with the Scions, I take it.
Más o menos.
Through no choice of my own, they tracked me down and conscripted me to their cause. I swear the receptionist was trained as a spy. Not that anyone can escape that Baldassian woman once she has caught the scent of your ether.
If they have resorted to using freelancers, I must assume their attempts to wake the afflicted have failed. And what of their champion?
Away on other business. Thus, it has fallen to me to root out any trace of the Empire's new weapon.
If it is Black Rose you seek, you are too late. My people have already completed your mission here. Yet this is but one factory among many. When they caught wind of our efforts, they built additional facilities to ensure production continues unabated. There will be no one left in the lands they conquer. No citizens to conscript. No skills to exploit. Nothing the Empire needs. And they will call it victory.
What exactly does this Black Rose do?
The gas is described as a poison, but its actual effect is more arcane in nature. It was created to disrupt the ether in living beings, to bring the flow of their life energies to a standstill. Inhaling even the tiniest amount will cause all bodily functions to cease, much as a potent venom will stop a man's heart. Released over a city, Black Rose could conceivably kill every inhabitant, and all without damaging a single structure.
Search every corner! Rouse the barracks if you have to! I want this facility secured!
I have more questions, but now is not the time.
Sir Estinian, I have an offer for you, but I will make it only once. Since it would seem we seek the same answers, you are welcome to join us.
From what I hear, you need all the help you can get. In case you don't know, Varys himself confessed that your empire was a creation of the Ascian.
I am aware of what his Radiance said at the parley. Thus I would return to the capital, that I might behold the truth of this corruption with my own eyes. My path leads to Garlemald.
Begging your pardon, sir. Would you perhaps intend to head outside? If so, I would strongly advise you not to stay too far from the Crystarium. What has dispatched its military to Lakeland. Given the timing, one can only assume they do not welcome the return of night, even though the SR is in the ocular delivering a response. Ese sí lo puedo tomar. Era con esto. Okay. Esto es para los jóvenes. Destino por el pincel, fue el pincel, por el main. No.
You have come at a good time. As you may have heard, we have something of a quandary on our hands. Laxton Loft here in Lakeland. Yulmore has sent one of its airships. They have questions for us concerning the death of the Light Warden. Their emissary makes his way here even as we speak.
I suppose the sky does rather give the game away.
Indeed. It was inevitable they would come knocking. The only question was how soon.
My lord, I am come with the Yulmoran emissary. May I show him in?
A moment, Captain, if you would. Everyone, gather round. I do not wish to show our hand prematurely. Forgive me this liberty. Vanish. Enter. Well, well. The commander of the Yulmoran army himself. To what do I owe the honor, General Ranjit?
The Light Warden is dead, Exarch. Were your people responsible?
You are clearly in some haste, my lord. But before I address your question, you must allow me one of my own. What is Yulmore's interest in this?
His benevolence, Lord Vorthry, is gravely concerned that the actions of an ignorant few may jeopardize relations between man and Sin Eater. Should it transpire that the Crystarium is guilty of abetting the villains responsible for this outrage, my lord has decreed that it suffer the same retribution.
I see. Since you have been so candid, I too shall speak my mind. Regardless of who is responsible, the Crystarium rejoices in the Light Warden's death and welcomes the return of the Night Sky. If Yulmore considers this tantamount to aiding those you term villains, then by all means, carry out your retribution. Know, however, that even should every innocent soul in the Crystarium perish, nothing can stop that which has been set in motion.
Folly. The death of one or 1,000,000 Sin Eaters changes nothing. The world is dead, and writhe as we might, like maggots in its rotting course, it will not be reborn. Only by my master's grace may we live out our days in peace. But I waste my breath. You have made your stance clear. I shall relay your words to Lord Vorthry. In the meantime, you would do well to counsel any here who have done more than merely rejoice in recent events, to throw themselves upon Yulmore's mercy, promptly. We are searching for a young artist and his assistant. Know you of whom I speak?
An artist and his assistant? No. I cannot say I do.
What a pity. Should they reveal themselves to you, I bid you hand them over at once. My master is most eager to see them again.
Am I imagining things, or did he just stare straight at us?
I fear he did. The General is not a man to be trifled with. He is a warrior of fearsome repute who has led Yulmor's army since before Vorthry's time, when the nation still spearheaded the fight against the Sin-Eaters. One does not command the world's mightiest army, and for so long, without possessing exceptional instincts.
If Yulmor chose to send such an individual, we must assume this talk of retribution is more than an idle threat. While we are grateful for your support, my lord, we cannot in good conscience put your people in harm's way.
It is noble of you to say, Master Alphino, but my people have been in harm's way since long before you arrived. Yulmor has ever yearned to rule over what remains of the world. Even should we surrender the Warrior of Darkness to them, they would find some other pretext upon which to invade. The people of the Crystarium know this only too well, which is why, when the time comes, I am certain they will fight to the last man. If truth be told, I would not have been surprised had Ranjit declared war here and now.
He may have reason to delay. According to reports, the Yulmoran forces at Laxan Loft were observed taking a prisoner. A young woman believed to be none other than the Oracle of Light, Minfilia. It may be that General Ranjit wishes to convey her to Yulmor before commencing hostilities. Having mentored generations of Minfilias, it would not surprise me if he had made her capture his chief concern.
Wait, is this the Minfilia?
Of course. How remiss of me. I had intended to speak to you of Minfilia. There is, however, much to say, and precious little time in which to say it. I think it best that you seek out Muren at the Cabinet of Curiosity. He will be able to enlighten you. Alphino, Alize, would you care to accompany your friend? You doubtless have insights of your own to offer on the matter.
All right, though I'm still not sure I understand it all myself.
In the meantime, I will set about making provisions for war.
Pues vamos. If Minfilia has indeed been captured, I dare say we will see another familiar face anon. But first things first, please seek our Moren at the Cabinet of Curiosity. We will continue to watch for the Morens. Okay. If you are after books pertaining the world of darkness, I'm afraid most are unto slow at present. They are experiencing quite a social unpopularity. Oh, you wish to learn about the Oracle of Light? Then it will be my pleasure to assist. After I have finished off some few outstanding tasks, that is, while I attend to them, perhaps you could fetch me a book. The Illustrated Tale of the Oracle of Light is called. Though it's intended for younger readers, it provides an excellent summary of the subject matter, and the artwork is quite lovely besides. I would not hesitate to recommend it to anyone with an interest in learning about Minfilia, but you must see for yourself. The book should be located on the level below. Sure, I say. For while there is place for everything here, not everything is always in its place. Despite my best efforts, in short, if the book is not where it should be, it is almost certainly somewhere it shouldn't, so good luck. Okay. Gardens, more and more residents of the Crystalline are coming here to enjoy some reading before they turn in for the night. This is all well and good, but would it kill them to put the books back where they found them? No. No, look at it. Let us tell leather we can borrow. A request. All the crystalline sabos know is about the return of the night, and the beauty of the stars is in the sky, but not me. I found another book all about show bills, and I can start turning the pages. These stones tell the vast civilization somewhere out in the cosmos, clicking powerful weapons, one capable even travel between stars. What an image of the world of fiction. Okay. Just let us run to Lord, definitely. ¿Y todavía tiene más abajo? Wow. Okay. Have you found the book? Ay. Yes, this is the one. I hope it wasn't difficult to track down. I'm happy to say I have finished my present task. If you want to call your friends over, we can begin learning at once. Little further ado. It began 100 years ago, when the flow of light threatened to swallow Norbrand. Just as all seemed lost, a savior appeared who halted the all-consuming radiance, a maiden with hair of spun gold and eyes of clear sapphire. Naught was known about her save her name was Minfilia, and for delivering the realm. She came to be revered as the Oracle of Light. After stopping the flood, the mysterious maiden vanished without a trace, but 15 years later her name would unexpectedly reappear in the annals of history. Qué bonita ilustración. When Sin Eaters laid ruin to the kingdom of Beauport, a young girl was discovered who was immune to the creature's blighted touch. One with hair of spoon gold and eyes of clear sapphire. She was hailed as the Oracle Reborn and came to likewise be called Minfilia. Enlisting in the Emerald Army, this Minfilia fought and vanquished countless of Sin Eaters. Alas, like so many other soldiers, she eventually met her end in battle. Yet, with her dying breath, she whispered unto her grieving comrades, Minfilia will return. And true to her word, some 15 years later, another young girl was discovered who possessed the same eyes, the same hair, and those same powers. She too took the name of Minfilia. She too fought Sin Eaters as a soldier of Eulmore, and she too fell in battle. Many more were to follow in her footsteps, and so the cycle continues to this day. And that concludes the tale. By their valor and sacrifice, these women have saved Norman on numerous occasions, and were it not for them, we might never have learned the wild wardens and their nature. They sound like formidable warriors. Some perhaps. The truth is never that simple. Though the Oracle is reborn with certain common traits, she does not inherit the memories or the knowledge of her previous incarnations. All of the Minfilias thus far were discovered as ordinary girls, unversed in the ways of war and ignorant of the power they harbored. While some embraced their faith and devoted themselves to training, others did not, but all were made to face the Sin Eaters, and all died to keep our hopes alive. What can you tell us of the current Minfilia? She was found by the Almoran army some 10 years ago and taken into their care, or rather their custody. She was a prisoner in all but name, for by that time, under the Lord Valtry's rule, Elmore had already abandoned resistance in favor of decadence. Minfilia was an uncomfortable reminder of the war they no longer wished to fight, a potential threat to the peace, and so they kept her under lock and key. For long, while we heard nothing more about her, we wouldn't even be certain she was alive, save that it was in the Ulmar's best interest for her to remain under their control. But then, 2 years ago, a gallant soul stole into the city and rescued her from the clutches, just like a hero from the tales. Indeed. Well, I believe we are now have good grasp on the Minfilia's tale. Thank you for your time, Warren. May I trouble for a word, Jengo, outside? This is a story social. As you will have already surmised, the gallant soul who rescued Minfilia was none other than our dear Tancred. They had been wandering the land together, never remaining in one place for long, which is why we have not yet had a chance to meet them. We know that Minfilia journeyed here as Heiden's emissary to hold the flood of light. It will only be her part. It could only be her part. The people of the first witnessed 100 years ago, the original Oracle of Light. But while there's plainly some connection between the woman we knew and her namesakes, the fact that these girls do not share her memories would surely mean they are not the same person. Tancred has to understand that. I have no doubt that he understands. The question is how he feels. Regardless, the Tancred we know will not forsake his charge. If she has been captured, we may be certain he will not stand idly by. There you go again, talking in your roundabout way. If you think we should rescue Minfilia, just spit it out. It just so happens I agree with you. It's quite clear that this Minfilia possesses Heidelin blessing. And it wouldn't hurt to have a second such individual on our side, right, Jengo? That was fine. Quite. I see you have made up your minds. As such, what brings you here? A report and a proposal. First, the report. Our scouts have confirmed that the Unmoran forces at Alexandloft do indeed have Minfilia in their custody. For the present, they are holding her there, but we can be certain they will move her to Elmore Erlong. Should that happen, we may be forced to give her up as lost. So if we are meant to act, we should do so quickly. Which brings me to my proposal. I ask that you entrust this undertaking to us, the people of the Crystarium.
You are doubtless eager to attempt Minfilia's rescue, and with your combined strength you may well succeed. But as I said earlier, I do not wish to show our hand unless absolutely necessary. It was not merely the night sky that you restored to us, but hope. Hope for the future of Norvrend. Unlike you, we cannot contend with the Light Wardens, but so long as hope burns in our hearts, we will fight on regardless. This I will prove to you. My friends, I thank you for gathering at such short notice. There is something I would ask you all. As many of you are aware, I received an emissary from Yulmore a short while ago in the form of General Ranjit. To my dismay, the General condemned the slaying of the Light Warden, and warned me in no uncertain terms that, should the Crystarium cast its lot with the Warrior of Darkness, there would be war. none be mistaken, we would be hard-pressed indeed to resist the might of Yulmor. Some would even call it suicide. And yet my heart cries out to fight. Better that than relinquish the hope that swelled in my breast when I beheld the night sky for the first time in 100 years. Or so says my heart. My mind, meanwhile, reminds me that to follow my heart would be to risk everything we have accomplished thus far. Clearly, this is not a decision to be made lightly, nor less alone. And so I put the question to you all. What should we do?
My lord, you already know our minds. It brought tears to our eyes to witness the knight's return. The whole of Norvrad deserves the same, and not just because some children's story tells us so.
Yulmor's influence is far-reaching. Should war break out, trade would be subject to restrictions. The flow of goods will dry up, and we will struggle to make do with what little trickles through. But make do, we will.
Aye, we can weather such hardships. Is that not the very thing Hesperian was built for? We have always taken pride in our ability to sustain ourselves. Not just to endure, but to thrive.
When all falls down around you, rise up. Those were your words. There may come a day when all hope seems lost, but even should the rest of the world give in to despair, we shall not. We shall fight on, that our children and our children's children might know a better tomorrow.
Rousing words apart, I never much cared for those Yulmoran bastards anyway. No better than common swindlers, most of them. Wouldn't know a fair deal if it came up and kissed them on the arse.
Trust you to spoil the moment.
It appears we have a consensus. Let it be known that the Yulmoran host at Laxon Loft has taken the Oracle of Light captive. They fear the power she holds over the Sin Eaters, and doubtless intend to imprison her once more. So, I move that we rescue the Oracle, grant her a place among us, and let that be our answer to Yulmor's ultimatum.
Hear, hear!
Hear, hear!
In planning a strategy for the rescue, I open the floor to you all.
And there you have it. If Yulmor wishes to denounce us as villains, then we shall embrace our villainy. Will you do so as well?
We will not be outdone. Consider us your partners in crime.
My lord, our proposal is as follows. We begin by deploying Amaro to occupy the skies over Lakeland. They should serve to delay the airship's departure. At the same time, we scatter dream powder from the air. Not all will succumb to its effects, but it should thin the enemy's numbers, affording us an opening to swoop in and liberate the Oracle.
Very good. See to your preparations.
bordes frutales.
And what exciting crimes would you have us commit? Speaking for my fellow villains, I'd say we're capable of most things, though we draw the line at indolence.
If excitement is your desire, then I bid you join the guard. Captain Lena will give you your orders.
Se puede echar un kamehame. Ok, en un momento regreso. Muy bien, ya estoy de regreso. The people of Christendom have initiative to respect that. The hosts have offered to take the lead. We still have a part to play. Let's see that we played well. Many here have placed in the heart for Mimphilia. We must ensure this mission succeeds for all their sakes. So, you will be joining the guard. But however highly the exarchs think of you, you will receive no special treatment from me. Is that clear? Where do you salute, soldier? Better. More better than the exarch's feeble attempts, certainly. Now, first thing first, you will need uniforms. Go to the crystalline mine and report to Catlis. She will see you measured and fitted. Tienen feas sus armaduras. No sé, uniform report to Catlis is measured and fitted. Dice. Many here have aquí. Eso ya está. There's the last of them. Your friends are being measured as we speak. Right this way, we'll see you look dashing best for your face outline. Are you? I see. How goes it? Sorry, Captain, I'm afraid we don't have anything on hand that's already fit. But we do have a few are fairly close. We should be able to make them work with some minor adjustments. Very well then, see to it. I have the uniforms delivered directly to the field. I shall take this opportunity to brief you on the mission. As mentioned earlier, we will deploy Amaro to scatter dream powder from the air. Once the powder takes effect, an elite unit will storm the fortress to rescue the Oracle. Her safe liberation is our sole objective. Engagement needs to be avoided wherever possible. I guess we are to part our safe unit? Correct. The unit will be divided into two contingents, one developing from Fort Job and the other from Hostile Imperative. You and Orphino will join the former. Jengo meanwhile will join the latter with me. Before you proceed to your positions, you are to report to Chesamile as at Spaghettix. She will issue you with a serum to ward off the effects of dream powder. We shall be on our way then. Take care, my friend, and we will see you in the field. This is quite far too imperative, so you may take use of an Amaro from the rookery, after you have collected the serum, of course. City? Is there something you need? Oh, one of the guards don't fall down. Are you? Here you go. A dog will keep you firmly in the walking world while your enemies are lost in dreamland. Now, if this is your first time, I should warn you. It's bitter as sin. Prince Kiss they call it, but if you ask me, this should be Kron's Kiss. Hehe. Just aside, the stuff is really full. Most people get like there's no tomorrow, but if you don't drain every last drop, you are liable to end by taking a trip to the dreamland yourself. So I must ask you to drink here and now while I watch. Come on, give the old Kron a kiss. Ew. Yeah. Well done, sweetie. I'm proud of you. Why, if you don't know any better, I even see you enjoyed it. And no, you didn't fear falling asleep in the battlefield. Just have cared you. Don't lose any limbs out there, alright? They don't tend to roll back. Yes, very proud of me. And I'm about to take to the imperative, eh? As much as I would like to oblige, all our months are reserved to the coming operation. I fear you will have to go by foot. But wait, there might be another way, as soon as you are willing to let a hand. I was about to deliver an Amaro to Radliska's Run, one of the locations where the beast will fly for the operation. The tower lies along the route to the Imperative. If near enough is good enough for you, you may take the delivery in my stead. Very good. I shall ready the Amaro for departure at once. Radliska's Run is to the north and west. You can take the road or you can fly, it's up to you. Upon arriving, make yourself known to the sentry and she will give you further instructions. If you should become separated from the Amaro, worry not. The beasts are trained to return to the rookery. That is all. Go well. Por lo menos voy volando. Are you delivering the Amaro to us? I'm afraid that's a chain of friends. We already have all the beasts we require here. Instead, this one is to go to the Imperative to the west. Please see it to the handler on duty. It's less event too. If you encounter trouble along the path, return here and I'll set you right wise. Ah, the last Amaro, my thanks, friend. You may leave the beast with me. Vamos por la enterita. Bueno, por lo menos no me falló tan feo. Say, I don't believe I know you. Did you join the guard recently? Ha! So that's the way of it. Well, you managed to arrive. That's all that matters in the end. I bid you welcome to Old Salve Imperative, one of our game's strongholds in Lakeland. The first thing you'll want to do is to report to the captain. You'll find her at the lookout across the way. So, it seems that rather than the Amaro delivering you, you deliver the Amaro. I'll not thank you, I expect my soldiers to make themselves useful. Speaking of which, I have a task for you. Ya no está fea. In readiness for the operation, the Amaro will need to be treated with the same serum as us. As you well know, however, this is not pleasant. In order to coax them into taking it, we have sprinkled it on their fodder. All that remains is to feed them. As such, I am sure you will enjoy. Fetch the fodder from the Amaro lounge and see to 4 of the beast. Dismissed. Creo que este tiene una... Pero luego checo eso. Sigue muy despierto ese Amaro. Uy. Muy variado. Pero puede depender de Winston, no sé qué joder. Uy. Good, the rest have already been done, so we need no fear for any of our ones succumbing to the dream powder. All units have now entered the final stage of preparations. The time is 9. I ready and await deployment atop of the watchtower. I will send your uniform along as soon as it arrives. That's all. My night's man upon us. Pues no es de noche. Okay. Recordaba que había subido esta torre, pero no para qué. The operation is about to commence. Stand ready. Se confunden con los árboles.
Keep moving.
What now?
Crystarium, I guess. Desperate fools. It'll take more than a handful of overgrown lizards to ground us.
dulces sueños.
It is time. Let us free the Oracle from their clutches.
No se les puede. Thank you. Are you from the Crystalline? Correct. We have come to rescue you. Weapons by the same specification as tank crates. Be ready to use them. Oh, understand. This is the way. Racing thieves. You will regret coming here. no me echó un rayo y ya.
You, boy, you bear a striking resemblance to the artist my master seeks. By all means, keep your counsel. You will all have ample time to confess your crimes back in Yule.
Claro.
So, you are the wretch who stole her from us.
And what if I am?
Vermin such as you are not worthy of the Oracle.
I would sooner see it razed than conquered. Suffice it to say, we are ready to receive you.
What now, Exarch? Will you face me yourself?
I think not, General. I've quite exhausted my tricks. If you mean to give chase, I will not stand in your way. But you would do well to tread warily, for your quarry goes to a place where even Yule dare not bear its sting. Ilmeg, the Fairy Kingdom.
Still had the energy to unleash his hounds. Even the most pointless of conflicts may alter a world's course. And now the plan has gone awry. But how? How did the so-called Crystal Exarch bring the hero of the source to the first? As if I didn't have enough on my hands already. Then again,
does not require bloodshed.
Not so long ago, here in the shadow of the northern ranges, lay the great kingdom of Verbert. A nation with a proud history that the Sin Eaters cut short, just like all the rest. Since that time, these lands have become a haven for Fey folk. Dreamers frolicking amidst the ruins of a forgotten realm.
Should be safe enough here. It's good to see you again, my friends. I don't know about you, but it feels like years since last we met. 5 of them in my case.
Why, it only feels like 1 to me, but long enough to warrant a more convivial reunion either way. What brought you to Laxon Loft?
The girl, Menphilia, she and I were traveling together, hunting Sin Eaters. But as we were nearing Lakeland, she abruptly ran off on her own. I found her too late to stop the Ulmorans from taking her prisoner. And as I was considering rescue options, I observed that the Crystarian was on the move. So I consulted the Exarch, who apprised me of the details of the operation and issued me certain instructions. Should the situation take a turn for the worse, I was to see you all safely to Ilmeg. And here we are.
Orianger has called this place home for a while now. Yet we have never called upon him, I am ashamed to say. 'Twas only at the Crystarium that we met.
Hardly surprising. This is not the sort of place one visits on a whim. Happily, having trespassed on Orianger's hospitality for a spell, Menphilia and I have an idea of how things work around here. Sooner or later, the Ulmorans will come after us. But before they do, the Exarch bids us accomplish 2 things. First, rendezvous with Orianger. And second, eliminate the Light Warden of this land.
So, Menphilia. What made you leave Thancred behind, if you don't mind me asking?
You. The hero from another world. I was asleep when I felt it. A presence. Someone I was meant to meet. They were close and I knew I had to go to them. But with all the commotion in Lakeland, I was afraid that Thancred wouldn't let me.
And would I have been wrong? Had I arrived a moment later, you would be back in your cell in Yulmore. And now we have Ranjit snapping at our heels. You really have outdone yourself this time.
I'm sorry. Thank you for saving me.
Oh, poor thing being scolded so.
yourselves.
Come now, let's away that frown and have some fun with us. Let's have some fun, lots and lots of fun.
Which way was it to Urianger's?
I've been there so many times, but I can't. Why can't I remember?
Damn it all. We're already caught in their spell.
Where is I take it? I'm trying my best to remember, but it feels like being through fog. I was worried about others back in Lakeland, but maybe I should be worried about us. Elmeg is the Fair Kingdom. As one might expect, this is home to the Fae folk. The most prominent among them are the pixies, who have penchant for making mischief. They use powerful illusions to play tricks on all who venture into their domain. By way of example, they can make a familiar path seem wholly unfamiliar, only you to believe you are somewhere you are not. And we are now, I am sorry to say, in Telia Dermation. As it stands, we cannot hope to find a way to Urianger. For that we must convene the pixies to lift the spell. From what I could make of their bosses, the creatures want to play with us. If that's the case, they should permit us to find their village. Little Van. Come, I have a sneaky suspicion this path will lead directly into their midst. Oh, I should mention that Mephilia has been informed of the situation. Of different worlds and our mission, you may consider her an ally. Bueno, si no me da problemas para llegar a la electricita. Pues mira. Run. Muy bien, creo que podemos detener el quest aquí. Bueno, vamos a hacer el stream. Muy bien, pues ya he hecho esto. Nos vemos el lunes con más Final Fantasy o tal vez otro juego. Depende de disponibilidad. Bueno, no disponibilidad, de qué humor. Podría ser otro juego. Como Guild Wars 2, que ya estoy en las últimas partes y sería bueno ver qué tal jala. Bueno, mientras tanto, buenas noches, que tengan muy buen fin de semana y pues que descansen cuando vayan a dormir. Muy bien, chao.